previously on Dual Spirit Adventures, I had to wade through some traffic jams, had dinner with some Colombians, got my boots wet, drank some stream water, spotted a really long truck, some kids sliding over a slope, learned a new way to transport bikes on a bus, some more beautiful scenery, and before I knew it, I was on the Colombia-Ecuador border. I had an amazing 3 weeks traveling through Colombia, but sadly all good things come to an end because I was about to enter Ecuador. Right? Wrong. It turns out I need a visa to enter Ecuador. This is horseshit. They changed the rules in August, and that's when I started my trip. I did my research before that. Just complete nonsense. Ecuador had visa on arrival for an Indian passport until August of 2019. You see, I had done my research prior to August because that is when I started in Alaska. Ecuador, for whatever the reason, decided to change this rule, and I was denied an entry without a visa. So I had to go back into Colombia hoping to obtain a tourist visa for Ecuador. Among other documents, I had to get a police clearance certificate either from the USA or from my home country, India. So I rode back into the border town Ipiales, settled in a small hostel, powered only by energy from sugars and carbohydrates. I went on to do my research. The result of this research? I found that to get a PCC from FBI, I had to send my fingerprints, and it could take anywhere between 3 to 4 weeks after I mailed them the necessary documents. The other option was to approach the Indian embassy to get me the police clearance certificate, which could also take about 3 weeks in total. 3 weeks was something I did not have. I mailed the required documents to both FBI and the Indian embassy regardless. But time was not on my side, and I had to explore other options. To get to Peru from Colombia, you have to go through Ecuador, because passable roads, represented by yellow lines on the map, are only through Ecuador. East of Ecuador is the dense Amazonia region and is impassable. 2 days later, I'm still in this hostel. The whole day yesterday I spent in the Ecuadorian embassy trying to get all sorts of documents to satisfy their needs, but they just wouldn't budge. So I got no choice now but to go back to Bogota and probably try and get a flight for myself and put my motorcycle on air cargo and fly to Peru. This has been stressful and really something that you cannot predict, and this is something which is not your fault. It's stupid bureaucracy, but you gotta keep your head up, stay strong. Really, this is something that should never happen to any traveler. It's I wouldn't call it the worst nightmare, but it's pretty close to that. But at least, hey, I'm still free to roam around within Colombia, and I still have my motorcycle. It's a beautiful country, people are nice, so it's not all bad. So let's see what can be done. Right now I'm heading back from the border town back to Bogota, or back north, and figure out as I go. I took the travel on my motorcycle part serious nevertheless, and visited this church called the Las Lajas Shrine, and it has made a name for its stunning architecture. The neo-Gothic church took over 40 years to build, completed around the 1950s, and sits on a canyon 130 feet over the river Guatara. It was a good distraction from my visa problems. Anyway, I moved up back into Colombia, making my way towards Bogota. On my way up, I stayed in Pasto for some introspection. I sat down thinking and researching my options that lay ahead of me over a lovely platter of Colombian breakfast, only to be distracted by this adorable kitty. What is better than one cat, you ask? 2 cats. You can probably sense the pattern here. I'm definitely a cat person. It's not all bad if you think about it. I could be at work, but instead I'm stuck here in Colombia, this beautiful place, and I still have the freedom to roam around with my motorcycle. And things in Colombia are pretty cheap. This place, for example, this cost me about $6 including breakfast. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Anyway, back to introspection and figuring my options out. Remember Harish and Shweta, my friends from the Bay Area? Yep, they got to know about the fix I was in. Using their contacts, they put me in touch with the ambassador of the Indian Embassy in Buenos Aires, who called me personally to understand from ground zero, and then he put me in touch with the ambassador of Indian Embassy in Bogota, who was super helpful and understanding of my situation. The following morning, the embassy opened at 9 a.m. I had the police clearance certificate at 9:43 a.m. in my inbox. Alright, I'm back in Ipiales, the border town between Colombia and Ecuador, where all the drama started. So this time, the Indian Embassy came through and they gave me the required document. So hopefully Ecuadorian Embassy will accept it tomorrow. Special thanks to my friend Harish and his wife Shweta, and special thanks to the embassy itself for getting it done in like 10 minutes. Anyway, the past 4 days has been really frustrating, and I had a little incident. I didn't tell anyone about that, but no big deal. And there was no hot showers anywhere. It had been more than a week since I had a proper hot shower. So today I decided to pamper myself by staying in a nice hotel. So this is all what I got. It has 2 water bottles, 2 soda bottles. I'm not sure what's in it, but looks like some kind of juice. And of course it comes with an opener. Some mint, biscuits, chips, and chocolate that I already ate. And check this out. It comes with a toothpaste and a toothbrush, a shaver, shaving cream, deodorant. Wow. And the cost of all this pampering was $25. That's the idea of a fancy hotel in Colombia. It's cheap. The following morning, I found out that the extras in the hotel room actually cost extra. About $5 extra. Still, pretty cheap compared to the other countries. All that was left for me was to approach the friendly folks at the Ecuadorian embassy, who were thrilled to see an Indian, showered me with compliments, or so I thought with my limited Spanish. For all I know, he might have been sick of seeing my face for the past 4 days. I also got my bike washed in the meantime. I snuck this video while I was in the embassy getting the visa. I'm pretty sure I was not allowed to do this. But hey, they charged me $500 for this piece of paper they call visa. Here it is, finally, visa for Ecuador. I can't believe this piece of paper cost me so much trouble. and this cost me $500. $500 to get a tourist visa for Ecuador, and after having going through so much trouble. What the hell, Ecuador? After charging so much money and you give me a printout, not even a sticker. And it's a small country. I probably would spend there 4 days to 1 week. That's it. And I had to pay $500 for that. Not to mention the delay. It's cost me probably like almost a week. So that means I have to spend on hotel and food and fuel staying in Colombia. This is ridiculous. It better be worth it. I know it is not worth it. I know for sure it's not worth $500, but let's see what best I can do with that money. I was finally able to get through this time. Special thanks to Harish and Shweta. Without their help, I would have probably missed seeing Ecuador. Thanks to my friend Smuka, who helped me figure out all the available options. My roommates and friends in Michigan for their constant support. Anyway, this was my debacle to enter Ecuador. At some point, I was thinking that I might have to skip traveling through Ecuador. Fortunately, us adventure motorcyclists are a bunch of resilient individuals, and we don't ever give up. On this note, I would like to end episode 15. This also marks the end of my stay in Colombia, for good this time. Find out in the next episode if Ecuador was worth the $500 visa fees that I had to pay.